Now uh, this is one way of defining that array. And next I want to give you parenthesis, so let me comment this code, and instead of this I'll say error. Now np dot array, and I will define within the parenthesis. Now say 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. And what happens to this? Run. Alt shift F10. Amen. Now you can see the same print as 1 2 3 4 5 as we have already done. Now so now we are talking about the indexing of the array. So we want to access the index of the array, so we'll see that. Now next print I want to do, after printing this I want to print arr, and I want to give an index of say 1. What happens if I say index 1? So I'll shift F10 to run the code, and what is this? Let me go to here, run this code. Okay, now index of 1, so 0 1, so 1 is nothing but 2. So this is how you can access the index. Now if I want to do any operations using the index, you can still do arr, and then I want to do index of 0. Okay, and then plus arr. Now the next index is say 3, and it will run this code, and then we'll see. Now index of 0 is 1, and index of 3 is 0 1 2 3, so 4 plus 1 is 5. So you can see here 5. This is okay. So now let's go and see the next operation. Now slicing. Now you want to slice any array. You can also slice. Okay, slicing is nothing but you give a start data and then an end data, and within the data you can slice out your array from that data set. So if you if we don't pass a start, then it considered a 0 by default, and if we don't pass an end, then it will consider the length of the array as a dimension. And if we can also give stepwise, and then you can also say start to end with a step. And this is how you can define different ways of slicing. So next I'll show you an example here. The first example, you just take an array when I say 1 to 5, so you will print with slice out the data from the 1 location to 5, and if you say 0 to 5, it will start from 0 to 5, and if you don't give any data, by default it will consider 0. Okay, so all these things, let's see that how it works. Now let's see the next one. So we have seen a single dimension array. So let me just comment this part, and then I will consider a new array, and this time I will have a bigger size of array to. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So I have 9 now. And now if I want to print the whole array, you can just give array, and if I want to slice out, so let's say print. Okay, print the array, and slice is means like say 1 is to say 5, then it will print from 2 to 5, right? So let's see this output. Now it will print from 2 to 5. So 1 is 0 counted, so I set 1 to 0 1 to 5. Now if I say print array, okay, and I don't mention anything, likewise you say, and then I say 5, Now the next this print will give you a start from 0 by default, since you have not mentioned anything, and then it will say from 1 to 5 it will print. Now in case if I don't mention the end point again, array, and say you have given 0 but you have not mentioned the end point, then what happen is it will print the whole array out start from the 0. Okay, and then if I give a stepwise, now you want to have a step to print the data. So now if I have an array and then I mention you print from 0 to say 8, and then with a step of 2, and let's see how the data prints with a step of 2. Now step of 2, so it went two steps. So 1, so it starts from 0. 0 is the location of 1, so 1 is print. The next will be 2, so 1 2, so the 2 will be print here, and next will be again 2, so 1 2, so the 5 will be print here, and the next 7 will be print here accordingly. If I say art print an array, and I did not mention the zero starting point and the end point, but still I mention the step only, then what happens if I mention the 3 steps? So it pins only from 0. It will consider from start to the end and with the step of 3. So this is one example of slicing. So I'll just put here, this is an example of slicing. Slicing can be done using 2D array. Okay, so this is an example of that. Let's go and see. Let me comment out this part. Now I would define within bracket. Okay, so within a bracket you have a comma, and so I do have a comma, then I have a within bracket, so again another say I will count down from 9, so 9 8 7 4 5 6, then 3 2 1. So if you print this array, now here let's first print a 2-dimension array, and let's see that how a 2-dimension array look like. I think I missed it, one more bracket here, and then run this. Okay, so this is a 2-dimension array. You can see the array how it's printed. And okay, so now what I'm going to do is, now if I want to do an operations of array with a multi-dimension array, so 1 comma 1 is to 5, what is this printout? So the printout is something like this. So the first array is print, and second array will be 1 the first array, and then a single dimension array of 8 7 4 5. So 8 7 4 5, so it is printing from the second row. Now in case if I say something like this array, and it's I put 0, and then I say 1 to 5, what happens? It will take data from the 0 the 0 rows. First array with a step operation of 3, that means from start to end, and what is its output? So you can see that 1 4 7 from the 1 4 and 7. Now if I want the same print of array from the second row with 0 0, and then say 3, now what it's print out, it will print 9 4 3, that is 9 4 3. So this is how you can do this operation.